From humble beginnings to becoming the largest distributor in North America, American Tire Distributors, also known as ATD, has seen it all. Massive growth, painful losses, and an impressive comeback. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the rise, the fall, and the rise again story of ATD. Now, if you're new to this channel, my name is Fernando Herrera, and I pretty much talk about a whole bunch of topics that are of interest to independent tire dealers or people who are in the tire industry. So if you do enjoy this type of content, if you want to learn more on how to start your business or anything to do with tires, please consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and comment. Again, if you do enjoy this type of video, typically I'm doing videos like how to do an inventory or how to stock tires. But in today's video, I thought it would be kind of interesting in going back into the history of one of the largest tire distributors, a company I personally admire, and I thought it would be just kind of cool. Also, another big thanks to the sponsor of this video, TireBase. If you don't know about TireBase, it's just simply the best independent tire dealer software out there. If you're a tire business or an auto repair shop, a mobile business, online, whatever, if you have something to do with tires, TireBase has probably got a solution for you. And again, they got great prices, great value, great team. So thank you, TireBase, for sponsoring this video. If you want to learn more about TireBase, there is a link in the description below. It's a great way to pretty much help the channel out. So thank you again, TireBase. Now back to the video. Chapter 1, the rise of ATD. It all started in 1935 with small tire distributors. So yes, ATD actually was founded in 1935. I didn't know this. For some reason, I always thought American Tire Distributors was just a newer company, but they actually were founded in 1935. It was a whole bunch of small tire distributors, and they consolidated into what we know now, American Tire Distributors. The whole purpose of ATD was truly just to build a national network to serve independent retailers, repair shops, and car dealerships. So that was their focus. Now, during the 2000s, ATD started expanding aggressively by acquiring other distributors around the US. They wanted pretty much to secure their spot as the largest tire distributor in the US. But ATD didn't just stop with the US. In 2012, they actually entered into the Canadian market, also making them one of the largest distributors in that market as well. They acquired a company called Regional Tire Distributors and Tri-Can Tire Distributors, establishing a footprint again through National Tire Distributors. So in Canada, they were known as National Tire Distributors. In America or in the US, they were known as American Tire Distributors. Chapter 2, acquisitions galore. In 2014, ATD made probably one of their best or worst, depending on who you ask, acquisitions, and that was the brand of Hercules tires. So it was really Hercules tire and rubber. And this was really to enter the private label manufacturing space. So in other words, by them purchasing Hercules tire and rubber, they were able to have their own brand as a private label, as the brands we know today, like Hercules Tire and Iron Man. They also bought another tire distributor called Terry's Tire Town, which was with the purpose of strengthening its presence in key US regions. Now, at this point, if you think about it, ATD has massive acquisitions, lots of distribution centers. Now they have their own private labels. Really, if you think about it, they're on top of the world. But behind the scenes, there was some trouble being brewed. So that's where we are going to get to the next step of their phase. And that is chapter 3, the downfall. So debt and disruptions. So ATD's strategy of rapidly expanding came at a cost. Obviously, by 2018, the company had accumulated a staggering $2.2 billion in debt, and the strain was too much. In October of that year, ATD filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Now, again, just to clear that out, it's not bankruptcy where you kind of shut down and close. It's more of a bankruptcy type where you kind of tell everyone, hey, we can't pay you right now, we're restructuring, but we're going to pay you, so just chill. This really was because, again, the rapid acquisitions they were making, again, these are all assumptions, so we can only assume at this point, but the rapid acquisitions that we're having most likely weren't being integrated fast enough, and it was costing the company to either lose money or not be efficient enough. Now, adding to the company's troubles, two of its largest manufacturing partners, Goodyear and Bridgestone, cut ties with ATD on that same year, 2018. Both companies decided to focus on direct to retail sales, bypassing ATD entirely. So before, again, Bridgestone and Goodyear were selling their products through ATD and other distributors, like US Auto Force, stuff like that. But for some reason, whether, some people say is Bridgestone and Goodyear felt threatened by ATD, having too much control. Now, especially being in their own space with Hercules, they kind of felt like it was more of a threat than a benefit. And so that's when Bridgestone and Goodyear decided to create, in other words, a tire hub, which is now a tire distributor. And they decided to cut ties entirely with ATD. And so now, even up to date, there's no brands of the Goodyear or Bridgestone brands that ATD sells, except Cooper. But Cooper, was recently acquired by Goodyear, but that's a story for another day. Now, chapter 4, the e-commerce threat. The rise of e-commerce giants like Amazon, eBay, Walmart further disrupted ATD's business model. Tire Rack in particular offered a compelling alternative with its buying online, install locally model. So pretty much what Tire Rack is doing here is you buy online and you install local, right? So we'll ship the tires to your local retailer, and you're pretty much skipping the distributor, which is ATD's part, or ATD's business model. Now, there had been some speculation that ATD was trying to enter the European market as well, but because of the threats they presented locally in their US markets, they decided to pretty much no longer pursue those other new markets to kind of like stabilize their US market first. And that's where we're going to get to the next chapter here. So chapter 5, restructuring and refocusing. So ATD was not going to go out without a fight. So by the end of 2018, the company emerged from bankruptcy with a new focus on operational efficiency and stability. It began investing heavily in technology, launching a B2B e-commerce platform to support independent retailers. So again, probably you guys have heard me talk about this, but ATD does have this kind of like program called Ship to Home, Ship to Store. And again, they've invested a lot of money in these technologies that allows independent dealers to access the entire network of their warehouses, and then they'll fulfill the tire for you, essentially drop shipping. So I think it's been a great move. ATD has been one of the companies that has pioneered that, specifically because of their footprint. And so it turned out actually to play very well, at least from what I can see. So again, giving a little more context as to Ship to Store or the Ship to Home program, it really allows customers to order tires online and have them delivered to a participating stores for installation, or again, even sometimes directly to the consumer's home. So this empowered local retailers or local smaller independent dealers to compete with e-commerce giants by offering fast, seamless service. Chapter 6, exiting Canada and streamlining operations. Part of ATD's strategy is to reduce debt and streamline operations, involved focusing exclusively on the US market. So in 2021, ATD sold its Canadian subsidiary that we talked earlier, National Tire Distributors, to Groupe Touche. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but it's Groupe Touche Inc. And it's marked as ATD's formal exit in the Canadian market. So ATD no longer has a presence in the Canadian market. And again, it has allowed them to focus and sharpen its focus on the US domestic. Chapter 7, the new ATD, stronger than ever. Post-bankruptcy, ATD diversified its product offerings in the domestic area or domestic market like the US, entering specifically tire markets such as off-road and agricultural tires. The company also committed to sustainability with recycling programs and initiatives to lower carbon emissions. Today, ATD operates from its headquarters in Huntersville, North Carolina, with over 140 distribution centers in the US and serving a wide range of tire markets from passenger vehicles to specialty tires. Now, again, if you have been an independent tire dealer, most likely is that you've had some sort of experience with ATD. They're not the best with price, but again, we can all agree that ATD has done a tremendous job with availability. They're always consistent, and they're always their reach is actually quite good. It's always almost certain that you're going to be able to buy a tire from ATD no matter where you are in the US. Chapter 8, lessons learned and future growth. ATD has learned from its past, which is balancing growth and empowering independent tire dealers. With investments, technology, logistics, and streamlined delivery, ATD has proven that even after falling, a comeback is always possible. By focusing on domestic markets and cutting debt, ATD is stronger than ever, competing not just with other distributors, but with giants of e-commerce. In conclusion, guys, ATD's story is one of ambition, struggle, and resilience. From rising to the top of the industry to falling into debt and bankruptcy and emerging stronger than before, ATD continues to evolve with the times. Its journey reminds us that even if you fall back, kind of like what they did, it's never too late, or you always have the ability to kind of rise back again. And so again, that's actually very admirable from the company ATD. Like I mentioned, they're not sponsoring this video or anything like that, but it's truly impressive to see a company like ATD rise again, especially from going bankruptcy, having two of their major brands pull out. You know, a lot of people really would have thought that ATD was going to shut down for good. But if anything, you know, I think they're in a very stable, strong position. And yeah, we'll see what the future holds. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about ATD's story. Let me know if there's another company you would want me to cover a history like this, or if you guys even enjoy this type of content. Again, trying kind of some new things here on the channel. So feedback is always appreciated. If you ever have any questions, feel free to comment below or send me an email. But again, this has been the story of ATD's rise, fall, and rise again. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.